neighbor and say, hey, did you get the same thing I got? Because then the answer key might be wrong.
Okay, I also think I need some clarification on the... Wait, no, never mind. I see where I'm wrong.
So remember, when you make a histogram, I'm moving on because I have no idea what John was going to ask. When you make a histogram and you set it up like this 100, if you have a 100, which we don't, but you would have to decide, it would have to go to the right, to go into this bin, which would mean 110 would have to go into that bin, which means 120 would have to go into the next bin, which is what they did. They put 120 in the bin above it. You could also put 120 in the bin below it, and your histogram might look different. If you put your numbers in the bin above, like 110 goes into this bin, 120 goes into the tallest one, 130 goes into the fourth one, 140 goes into the last one. But the only ones that matter there are 120 and 130. Any other questions? I'm going to start keeping a tally of how many times you ask me to wait and then never mind.
Sorry.
You do this, and it's not even like I'm doing anything. I'm just like sitting here and you're like, wait.
Sorry.
All right, let's do math. You need 715 out from yesterday. 716 was on the back counter. Yes. Yep. Anyone want to read? And it's on your paper, so you don't even have to read it off the board. Read about community service for us, please, Anna. Hey, we're listening to Anna, not like singing or humming or whistling or talking. None of those things. Listening to Anna is the only thing. Thank you.
The Community Service Club at North Middle School is planning to paint apartments at the local Senior Citizen Center next week. The club needs your help to determine how many apartments they should be able to paint in a day. Earlier in the year, when only 4/7 of the students worked, they painted 9 apartments in one day. Next week, when all the students work it out. Period.
I like that you said period. So, this is on your paper. 4/7 of the students. Now, if you want to make your brain have a little bit easier time,
Please have Nicholas Mager to the office. Nicholas?
just tell yourself there are 7 students in the club. Okay, 4 of them showed up. Okay, so 4 out of the 7 students. Now, one thing we gotta say is everyone works equally, right? We all work at the same pace. So every person's contribution is equal. Okay, so not like, John's a rock star painting twice as fast as me because I'm kind of just lazy. I don't like painting. So 4/7 got 9 apartments painted when everybody shows up. When 7/7 are there, how many apartments should they be able to paint in the same amount of time? Right? So would you think it'd be more or less than 9? Or, obviously, figure out with your teammate how to do it. There are a couple diagrams on your paper that you might reference if you want. Up to you.
Alright, I did that.
You have 715 reviews. 4/7 equals 9. That's a lie.
Who's working on it?
So actually, X is the amount of apartments painted. So this is weird to think about. If we write 4/7 X equals 9, because a couple people have that written as I walked around. X is not people, because like 4/7 of our group, this is what we can accomplish, right? X is like what we can get done. So if this was a 1, it'd be like 100% of what we can get done, right? What we're looking for is 100% of what we can get done. We didn't get 100%. We got 4/7, a little over 50%, right? That's more than half. So a little over half of what we can get done is 9. That's not what I wanted to do. What could we do here? I know, it just went right back there. I should use cards. John, I'm using cards, man.
Sorry, I just have
An
an objection.
objection?
Yeah. I would like to.
Come at me, bro.
Okay.
Come at him.
I'm probably going to get shot down and figure out that this is wrong, but there's no sense in not trying. So, the way that I see it, wouldn't, like, if you have 4/7 of the club present, then doesn't that mean that logically, if they all work at the same pace, you'd also have 4/7 of the proper apartments
Yeah.
painted?
Yeah.
So logically, 4/7 X would work.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. I am saying 4/7 X will work.
Oh wait.
So what he's saying is, you're welcome, Mr. Hudson. I agree with you.
Thank you for the objection of agreement.
What she said.
Appreciate it. All right, so I don't like division. I think we've established I don't like a lot of things. So we could first get rid of that division by doing what? Ooh, but because we don't know that yet, quote unquote, this is what's weird about jumping back and forth between 7th grade and 8th grade book. If we multiplied by 7, like just multiplied by 7, what we now actually would have is 4x equal to, what's 9 times 7?
64. No, 60.
63. And then we would still need to, because I have 4x here actually.
Just divide by 4.
Then we need to divide by 4. He said the J word. And that ends up being the same as us knowing we could just multiply by the reciprocal.
on!
What? I know. He did it on purpose.
I did?
No, I did. Like I said it on purpose. Yes, he is I. Now wait.
I is he.
I don't know about you, but I don't know what 9 times 7/4 is. And even if my decimal lovers in here are like, well, that's 1.75, I don't know what that is either. But I do know what 9 times 7 is. And then I know I can divide by 4 and probably maybe do it. Guys, make your life easier. Don't try to multiply by the entire fraction. Multiply the numerators, then do your division.
Or
So-
use a calculator.
Oh, what? Fine, get out of here. So 63 over 4. Honestly.
How could you seriously? I'm dying.
Seriously? Figuratively. Phenomenally.
I don't understand what's going on, but I'm just going to assume it's a joke.
They're punning on the easily.
63 over 4.
Why
these
jokes?
No.
So quick?
Can I see the answer?
Sure, what's the answer?
15. How did I say it?
So, yes. So, we would get 15 apartments totally done, and 3/4 of another apartment. Now, Zach asked the silly question of why would you do that, and it was only silly because he was imagining, like, why would you stop 3/4 of the way up the wall? And I was like, Zach,
why
you
would
wouldn't.
you?
You wouldn't do. You'd paint like 3 of the 4 rooms, right, or 3 of the 4 walls, or instead of stopping, maybe they just stay a few minutes longer and like get it finished up, right? But this is mathematically our answer would be 15 and 3/4, like apartments, right? So yeah, you probably wouldn't stop at 3/4, but you definitely wouldn't just paint 3/4 of the wall. Now,
Yeah, just
that
3/4 of the
that
wall.
being said, I'm about to drive you crazy.
What if it's
Oh,
a
And I'm sorry, but yes, I kind of have a little bit of enjoyment out of this.
I'm already crazy.
As funny as it is to think about somebody painting half a wall, walk down our hallway, anyone realize that our wall is painted halfway up?
What?
Walk down our hallway, and actually the pillar in the family room also is painted halfway up. And then there's like a line that you can see where the paint switches, because every year when, you know, our 12-year-olds that don't always have the best self-control walk down the hallways with their pencils or whatever, and they mark up the walls. They don't mark them up here, but it drives me nuts that when I walk down the hallway, I can see the paint line on the wall. So you're welcome. Now I'm not the only one being driven nuts. The walls out there are halfway painted. Not right now.
But I have a question.
Not right now.
I have a question.
Yes.
How come 4 people painted the interior and exterior of 9 apartments in one day?
Exactly.
And they're
They
all
got like
They're a paint crew. I don't know. They're good.
they got the super paint line.
This is on your paper.
No, 9 apartments.
This is on your paper. Because I put a lot on these papers for you.
Yes, it did. 4 7
No, it said 4/7 of the club. I just said if you want to let your brain say 4 out of 7 people, but it was 4/7 of the club. It could have been like 14 or 20. Yeah.
I could have been like 50.
Yeah, but that's not divisible by 7, so probably not.
49 then, there are 49.
Yeah, there could have been 49. 2/3 x.
I mean, you can have a decimal of a human height.
If 2/3 x equals 8, do we expect 1x to be more or less? More, right? Because we don't quite have x yet, right? We only have 2/3 of x. What, Juliet, what could I do? Where are you? There you are. What could I do here? Yeah, so if I break that down a little bit slower, multiply by 3, then divide by 2. Right? So what's 8 times 3? 24, then divided by 2. X equals 12.
Sorry, wait. What?
Sorry, wait, what? What?
It's 753. It's the bottom of the page.
I know, I'm on something.
That was 753.
This is that?
Yeah, I just made it look different so it looked nicer.
Oh,
on your
I
paper.
thought it was 752.
Now we're
Doesn't
on
have
53 now.
It doesn't have an
At
A,
bottom
B,
left.
or C.
Well, I know, because those are extraneous. I don't like those. I should have deleted it from up here. But and go do 54.
What was that?
I don't know.
Wait, so
The
we're skipping
goes.
52?
We did 52. Well, it's kind of. We solved it the other way. What are these? What are those?
We had the exact same
What
idea.
are those?
What are those?
All right. This is when you get to say, ha ha, Hudson has to use decimals. So, if Janice got something for 15% off, y'all are smart, we did this yesterday, right? That means 85% is still on. And Janice paid $36.21. But now she's wondering, well, what was the full price of that thing? So what she really wants is 100%. I want you and your teammate to try to figure out how do we get back to 1x, which is really like 100%, which would have been the original price before her discount. This is on your paper, right? This is on your paper.
Hey,
Bottom
you know what
right.
you're doing.
Bottom right, it's on your paper.
Is it a possibility to switch to make it into fractions and
Can you make that number into a fraction? I believe you can.
that's what I want. I want to
Like,
know.
why are you asking?
All right,
me?
so what is it?
Can you? I think you can.
I hope I can.
Are you asking, like, are you allowed? I mean, I don't know what you do. Is it math? That's up to you. How do you make the formula? You got the formula already?
I was about to look at the thing to make sure it was actually over.
You mean times?
Not that it's actually really stupid.
I like it.
That is
I like it.
not nice at
Oh,
all.
okay. Yeah, this is really complicated.
All right. In the interest of time.
What? Huh?
In the interest of time, like, let's go ahead and come back together, right? To preserve time. Nathaniel, what could we do here?
So I multiplied each side by 100.
Nathaniel, Nathaniel realizes we can bump that decimal over if we multiply by 100. And that'll happen over here too. So then we get 85x equal to 3621. And then the decimal would be out there. All right, so then what?
You divide by 85.
Then we divide by 85.
It gives you a very not nice number.
I know what it is.
Wait. But then you can double it.
Couldn't you have just done
So wait, x equals 42.6,
0.6?
like 0, because money, so that's not a bad number. So the thing she bought, $42.60 before the sale.
Yeah.
There's a better way. You're right. What you did is 100% right. But there's a better way.
I know
No,
this
what
one's
you
in it.
did is 100% correct. That's perfect. But there's a quicker way. There's a quicker way. Even with the calculator, there's a quicker way. Missy?
You divide both of them by 0.85 to get the same answer.
Guys, why does Nathaniel divide by 85 here? Because he's trying to get 1x, right? And he wants, but to make 1, you can do that wherever you want. So what Missy's saying is up here, divide by 0.85. Will that make 1x? Yeah, so if we do that over here, do you get the same answer? You betcha. Because any non-fraction, whole number, fraction, or sorry, decimal number, negative number, you can just divide by that number, make a giant 1. We all love the giant 1. Do it on both sides and you're done.
I totally overcomplicated. Look at what I did.
Okay, here, I will retract saying better, because Nathaniel's pushing back on me. Okay, it's not better, it's the same, it's faster. I shouldn't say better, it's faster.
Smart.
I totally overcomplicated because I had a super.
But did you get to the same place?
Yeah, but I took.
You took the scenic route. You took the scenic route. It's okay.
I took the worst scenic route.
Try these real quick. I bet you can do them in like a minute. These might need graph paper and or just wherever.
Hey,
What?
am I allowed to use it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. Yeah, because
Most of what we do in this class, we can grab calculators when necessary. Now, some of these might not need the calculator. Guys, I'm even, for the record, band people, I'm even skipping my game night to come to the band concert. So, yeah. Dude, that's love, because I didn't go to game night last week either because I had to help my neighbor with something. Yeah.
Are you gonna get ice cream for yourself?
Is there dairy? Yeah. But Miss Hassan and Miss Howard, like, we're all going together. Like, we're all going we're all going to sit together. And actually, what's funny is we're going to have to fight the urge to, like, talk during the concert and stuff because we're like you guys, really. You never really grow up. You just, like, have to act like it. Well, some people grow up, I think. All right, that was way more than a minute. Caden, what can I do with A? So A's got 5, 6x equals 4. Probably when we get the answer. Yeah, it's probably a decimal or a fraction. What do you want to do, though? I don't care about the answer. I care about what do you want to do. Yeah, multiply by 6/5. Reciprocal on both sides. So, guys, make your life easier. Do not try to multiply by 6/5. Multiply by 6, then divide by 5. So we get 24/5 or 4 and 4/5 or 4.8. My decimal lovers. 4.8. I mean, there are certain cases where they're fine.
I like them.
Yeah, but we didn't need to. If you can use your brain, it's better to use your brain.
I like it.
Jacob, what about B?
I didn't get to B yet. I just did A.
You want to do it live? where like you didn't get a chance to practice, but you'll do it live. Like screw it, time for the performance.
That's what I always do.
There's like an expression in live music that is essentially like screw it, we'll do it live. Like we don't need to practice, we'll just do it live. Like you want to do it live?
Nathaniel really wants to do it.
Well, he can do another one.
I'll help
If you
you.
want to do it, do it.
I'll help you.
What do you want to do, Jacob?
No, it's
Let's go to
Well, I'm pulling the next card. Mikey, what would we do here?
Which one are we on?
Berkeley, what would we do here?
Okay, so for B, we
Yep.
need to divide both sides by 0.8.
And awkwardly, because we're used to division making things smaller, awkwardly this gets bigger because you're dividing by less than 1. Right? You're dividing by less than 1. So here this comes out to be 23.75
Wait a minute.
or 3/4.
Just make it 23 and 3/4. By the way, Mr. Arson, I just want to profess that I used to prefer decimals. You've changed my ways.
Profess or confess?
Confess, wrong word.
I don't know. Like I don't know which word would be appropriate there either. Like I'm genuinely asking you, profess, like because like a professor
I think
professes, right? Like a professor.
I'm pretty sure confess.
Minerva, what would we do in C? Sure. Oh, that board keeps flourishing. I think it's reduced. Careful to make this.
He wants our attention.
Who's whatting?
I'm wetting question letter.
It should get bigger.
Yeah.
It's like 8 something.
Mine got smaller.
For D? No. It's 8 something. I forget what it is, but it's 8 something.
I know. It's put an 8 and a question mark in Dunsies.
So Minerva multiplied by 3/5, but made their life easier by multiplying by 3 and then dividing by 5. And then we get, I can't quite tell because you're writing in blue on blue. X equals, you have control of it. You're in charge now. Don't yell at me.
Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah. 1 divided.
7.2. For anyone else that can't quite see that. 7.2. Right?
7 point.
I believe, because 36
I
over
also
5.
got that. I just need to.
Yeah, 7 and 1/5. You could say 7 and 1/5. And in D, Alex, what would you do in D?
I would practice it, but can I
Do it live, man.
First, I was gonna multiply by 100
You could.
the decimal.
There's a better way, but you could. So sure, if Alex multiplied by 100, don't get mad at me for saying true facts. And now, divide by 12, or from the get-go, gas station. From the get-go, Maya, do you know what we... We could divide by 0.12 to both sides, and I believe this comes out to be 8.
8.3.
Oh, that's gross. So 8 1/3 would be better. All right, flip to, and not really flip, but like switch papers to 716, please.
Do we need 715 again?
Nope, you can put it away.
Okay.
So guys, we're on 716 now.
Okay.
On 716 now. I have 3 fairly large dogs at home, 2 Huskies and a German Shepherd. My German Shepherd is a pain in the butt. She takes 3 pills every day and will forever. I'm not joking. Like, this is not made up. I fight her every morning. Actually, she's pretty good at it. Like, I shouldn't say I fight her. But yeah, so Marley gets 3 pills every day. And to make sure that we know that she's getting the right dosage, it's all based off what? Anyone know how her weight, right? So Marley's weight is what determines how much she gets. So for a cat, for a certain medication, this is the formula to figure out how much medication the cat needs to receive.
I don't like that.
I don't need it. So we need to fix this, make it better, solve it somehow. Here's a diagram that we could use if you need. This is on your paper, right? This is on your paper. So chat with your teammate. How can we solve this? How can we fix this, make it better? Like, don't talk to me, talk to your teammate. I don't know why so many hands are up. That's one of the issues she has.
Started it yet.
She's smart. Like, she has, because she's been on these for a long time. So we just straight pills. So my trick is I put some water in my hand. So I like drop the pills and there's like some water in her mouth. So I squeeze it. But thank you for trying that. We used to do pill poppers until we realized she was allergic to that. So that was setting off. She was like having like an allergic reaction, literally like breaking out in like a rash. And a dog having a rash is really annoying, right? Never mind. We are solving for X.
Oh wait. So we're solving this. We don't know.
I maybe have two answers.
They may or may not be plotting against you.
Wait, am I supposed to?
Assuming that CPM actually gave us a legit formula, then yes. And most of what CPM gives us is real. Like, if they have like the height of Mount Everest, it's actually the height of Mount Everest, right? So I mean, that probably is a legit formula. Marley has a carrying officialis and then an autoimmune disorder. What? Essentially, the one means if she has any like meat byproducts, her blood like breaks out, like in like a kind of like rash or whatever, and the other is it's just like an autoimmune disorder where like her body doesn't process. It's like a so she's a long-haired sable German Shepherd, and apparently female German Shepherds. This is like a really common thing. We didn't know before we got her. You do whatever you need to for your dogs. Do you have a sick dog? Okay, not like not at all. Did you hear what she actually said? That she had to be euthanized and put down, not alive anymore. You need to make sure you understand the words people are saying before you react to them, because otherwise that's a very inappropriate reaction, right? Because I've had to do that as well. So Minerva, I'm sorry, I've been there. Okay, moving on because I got to get back to math, or it will not be good. Who can help me? Let's Gabrielle, can you help me?
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. So first, multiply both sides by 3.
Why wouldn't I just like subtract 4/3? I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I'm acting like your teammate, saying like, well, couldn't I don't talk yourself away from your solution. Like, I could do this.
That would be a much simpler way.
No, it's not.
Than what I did, yeah.
Oh, well, maybe then what you did.
But
So I could subtract first, but Gabrielle, why aren't you? Why are you multiplying by 3?
Because I wasn't thinking as well.
No, what you're doing is right. You quit backing down.
I did it. I did that because then you have whole numbers.
Yeah! Guys, I could subtract first, but this is one of those cases where I also could multiply first, and that would be way better. So if we do that, we would now have 2x plus 4 equal to 10. And now, you want to keep going?
Yes.
What do we do now?
You subtract 4.
Subtract 4, and then what would we do?
You divide by 2.
Divide by 2, and we would get...
X equals 3. How dare you interrupt me? Hey, I'm happy. I got it right.
He was excited with you.
Yeah, I know.
All right. That one felt a little too E-word.
It's because we're not in the 8th grade book.
Whoa. Don't think that I can't make the 7th grade book a bit more challenging for
Are
you.
you sure about that?
Stop.
I don't know.
Don't test him.
All right, Liam, go for it.
Don't
Solve this one. I think it's on your paper as well.
Okay.
Is this on your paper as well? Yes. This is on your paper as well. This is on your paper as well. How what? So we got, yeah, subtract 4, that gets 6. Yep, and then we divide.
Can you guys stop this right now?
I appreciate that you asked your classmates to do that instead of me having to do that.
Sorry.
Guys, I love the teamwork. Y'all are awesome. What, Liam? What could I do here?
I was multiplying by 12.
Sure. Who multiplied by 24? Who realized that you could multiply by 12 and not use such as big of a number? Because 4 and 6 can actually have a common denominator of 12. So guys, I'm going to walk through why Fraction Busters works, right? Real quick, I got a minute left. Fraction Busters works because if I get these to common denominators,
But it still works, right?
yeah, if I get these to common denominators, this would be 3x over 12 minus 10 over 12 equals 7. And now we could multiply by 12 on both sides. That gets rid of the division by 12.
Wait, why did we do 3? I got 3 and 3.
Why what?
Why did we do 3?
To get to a common denominator of 12. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing why it
I
works.
forgot to multiply by both the top and the bottom.
So then, well, be careful because if you're doing like times 12, that just goes to the top but then reduces out. Here it's top and bottom. Right here it's different. And then what do we do at this point?
Divide by 3.
Ooh, not yet.
Oh,
Liam?
plus 10 on each side.
Yeah, 94. And then what do we do now?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3. Yeah, 31.3 repeating. All right, have a great day, guys. Yes.
Over here it says on the right, start by multiplying everything by 4.
I know. You could start, like, if you needed a push in the right direction, that'll push you in the right direction.
You just thought, read the directions there, like
But you don't have to follow directions.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Have fun, dude.
What? See, B and Missy are